If you asked me, hey, what's your favorite anime? I'd probably say something like, One Piece or Berserk. But in reality, it's Look Back. Look Back is a one-shot written and drawn by Tatsuki Fujimoto, the same guy who made famous mangas like Fire Punch and Chainsaw Man. Fujimoto made Look Back in 2021, in between Part 1 and Part 2 of Chainsaw Man, and it never really got the recognition it deserved, until the anime adaptation that was released in 2024, written and directed by Kiyotaka Oshiyama, and drawn by Studio Durian. The movie begins by introducing us to a character named Ayumi Fujino, a 4th grader who draws a small manga strip for her school newspaper. It's her pride and identity. Manga is all she's known for. But everything changes when another 4th grader, Kiyomoto, enters the picture. Kiyomoto is a truant student, so no students or teachers know her. Fujino's ego is shattered when Kiyomoto submits a single manga strip that completely overshadows her. The difference in skill between the two is night and day. Suddenly, the intention that once belonged to Fujino shifts over to Kiyomoto. Driven by envy and frustration, Fujino throws herself entirely into drawing. She isolates herself from others, stops studying, and dedicates all of her time to improving her art. This continues into 6th grade, but despite her relentless effort, Kiyomoto still outshined her. This realization devastates Fujino. Discouraged and angry, she gives up on drawing.
I give up.
Altogether and distances herself from manga throughout the rest of her school years. And then on graduation day, Fujino is asked to deliver Kiyomoto's diploma to her house. When she arrives, she finds the home empty and silent. No answers. All she sees is a blank comic strip left behind. Out of spite and frustration, Fujino draws a crude manga mocking Kiyomoto's isolated life. She accidentally drops the strip and it slips under Kiyomoto's door. Embarrassed, she drops the diploma as well and runs off. But then, something unexpected happens. Kiyomoto appears. And to Fujino's surprise, Kiyomoto is a fan of her work. Despite the years of silent competition and distance, Kiyomoto had admired Fujino all along. From that moment on, the two begin to collaborate on manga together. As the years go by, their bond grew, not just as creative partners, but as true friends. Now, this is the part of the video where I get into spoiler territory. If you haven't seen this movie and want to experience it without knowing the climax and how it ends, I highly recommend clicking off this video to go read or watch Look Back. Or if you want, you can continue watching the video and skip to this timestamp shown on the screen, because that's when I'm done discussing the rest of the story. Or you could just continue watching. I'm not stopping you if you haven't seen the thing and want to get spoiled. I'm not stopping you. But there's your warning. But despite everything going well for them, everything falls apart when Kiyomoto turns down an offer to serialize their manga. Instead of celebrating the opportunity, she tells Fujino that she isn't ready, that she wants to focus on improving her skills by attending an art school first. This extremely just frustrates Fujino deeply, and rather than listening and reasoning with Kiyomoto, she cuts her off. Overwhelmed by emotion, she tells Kiyomoto,
Do you have any idea how boring it's gonna be? You don't mean that! You'll be bored out of your skull. Not to mention, there's absolutely no way you can handle college life on your own! Huh? I can too! I'll learn how to do it! Get real! You're so shy you can't even talk to the cashier at the convenience store! I'll practice! But you're still gonna be you! Yeah, but... What?!
The words come out harsh, fueled by years of pressure, ambition, and buried resentment. The tension between them erupts and Kiyomoto walks away, with Fujino left alone. Things begin to go well. The series gains popularity and eventually, it even gets an anime adaptation. From the outside, it seems like Fujino has finally made it. Until Fujino receives news that Kiyomoto is dead. The art school Kiyomoto was attending was attacked and she was killed in the incident. The shock is immediate and unbearable. Fujino puts her manga on hiatus. And after the funeral, she visits Kiyomoto's house. While looking around, she finds a familiar comic strip, and it's the very one that she had drawn years ago. In a moment of jealousy and spite, mocking Kiyomoto's isolation, the same strip that slipped under her door by accident. The sight of it overwhelms Fujino with guilt. She breaks down, blaming herself for everything, saying,
Kiyomoto is dead. And it's all because of me. If I hadn't brought her out of her room, then she'd still be alive. So why? Why did I ever draw this?
Even though Kiyomoto was glad to come out of her shell, that she was happy to have met Fujino, none of it comforts her. All she could think is, I wish it never happened. But then, Fujino steps into Kiyomoto's room and sees shelves. Shelves that are filled with every weekly Shonen Jump issue that had Fujino's work on it. Every manga volume she has ever published. Kiyomoto had followed all of it while in school. She even saved their old elementary school comic strips and kept the jacket Fujino had signed on the back years ago. She was always there, cheering her on quietly, faithfully as her biggest fan. And then we hear Kiyomoto's voice ask,
Then, why do you draw, Fujino?
Fujino doesn't say anything, but we, the viewer, see through her silence and visually get told that she drew for her. The film closes with Fujino back on her desk drawing once again, and on the window above her, taped with care, is a blank comic strip. The one that once symbolized guilt, now transformed into a reminder of purpose. The purpose of her reason to draw. Look Back holds a very special place in my heart. To me, the film perfectly demonstrates that art isn't just something to be looked at or discussed as a passing conversation piece. Art's whole existence is to influence, to move people, and Look Back captures that beautifully. And it's not just about art. Media as a whole, whether it's books, movies, music, games, they all give people like me a reason to pursue what we love. And often, you don't even realize that it's happening. Think of a moment in your life when a piece of media hits you hard. It could be a scene from a TV show, or a pivotal moment in a video game. Everyone has that memory. Something that stuck with them, shaped them, and stayed with them for the rest of their life. But in a way, there's a part of Look Back that doesn't fully connect with me. And that's how deeply it reflects the struggles of being an artist. I don't draw and I don't paint. I don't create visual art like that. So I'd like to hand it over to my friend Kiara, someone who does make art and can speak more personally on how the movie captures the emotional and creative hardships of being an artist.
Hi, thank you for having me. The movie shows how hard it is to show perfection in your work. As an artist, you start to isolate yourself from others and important things, and you have more focus on a piece of paper. Emotions mixed with doubts, frustration, determination, and so much creative ideas. As an artist, I can relate to this by being in a small situation like this. It's also relatable of how friendship has its ups and downs and the fear of growing up with being apart. Watching the ending had me so much frustration. I was so surprised of how it really ended. But overall, I love how the movie has a strong impact of the reality of what life can goes on, and it has such a good representations of what the friendship goes on about and what growing up really means.
In conclusion, Look Back is an anime that anyone can enjoy, regardless of whether they're familiar with the manga. It's a faithful and heartfelt adaptation that stays true to the original story. There's no overly complex plot to dissect or twist that leaves you puzzled. It keeps it simple, grounded, and emotionally real. From everything I've said before, I truly believe that Look Back is a must-watch film. With its stunning visuals, thoughtful writing, and motivating soundtrack, and powerful message, it stands as a beautiful piece of work that everyone should experience at least once in their lifetime. Thank you guys all for watching this far into the video, and if you enjoyed what you saw and want to see more, check out my other videos on the channel, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Every little bit counts. I'm sorry for the month hiatus that I took. I was just really caught up with school and had to focus like 100% on it. But now that it's summertime and I'm on break, I'll try and upload more frequently. At least like 2 videos a month. I'll try and do that. Because these videos do take a long time to do. And if you have any like movie recommendations that you want me to review or watch, just put them in the comment section and maybe I'll choose it for my next video. Who knows? But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.